What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are still here. I know it's been about 3 weeks or so. Just got caught up with some personal things, but I'm still here. Have no fret. We are here reviewing Godzilla versus Kong, the long-awaited fight. Bigger than Tyson, bigger than Conor McGregor, bigger than whatever. But was it worth the hype? Was it worth all the marketing that it did? We're going to go ahead and get to those questions, because speaking of questions, that's something that a movie did do along the whole film. Like, it just left you with questions, because there were some things that were said but they weren't really made clear. You start thinking, okay, is this true, or what? Why did this happen? First question that we get is, okay, why is Godzilla attacking? Because he's seen as a hero by humans, because he's on the human side. He helped defend the humans by the monsters. Walter Simmons over here, who's supposed to be like the villain, but he's just like very boring and dumb and uninterested, and he gets like the death of the century, the fastest villain that died ever in a movie. So he goes and finds Dr. Lin to be the leader of his mission, someone who has no idea, no expertise of what he needs to find, because he wants to find something called the Hollow Earth, which is like a realm or a universe within another planet, a planet within a planet, and he thinks that Kong will lead them to it if they find Kong and if they use him as some sort of guide. Question number two, like, how would they know? How would he know that Kong will lead him to it? Like, what connection does Kong have to the Hollow Earth? And as the mission begins, as they try and take Kong with them to go find this Hollow Earth, that's how him and Godzilla cross paths and they start fighting each other. But we'll get to the round breakdown in a minute to answer the question of who do you think won. The point is that the fighting, that's pretty much what everyone came here. We just want to see monsters beat the crap out of each other. And okay, we get that, but the rest of the movie, we're just uninterested. We don't care about the human characters. Now, should we care? I mean, would that make it a better movie? In my opinion, yes. If we have these human characters that are interested, or that somehow we need them to bring together to connect the monsters with whatever's going on in the real world and the human world, then that would just bring it all together. But we just don't need a lot of these human characters. They were just really unnecessary. Kyle Chandler's in this movie for like, I think 2 or 3 scenes. Again, pointless. This movie just did not need him. I have a feeling like he just begged to be in this movie, because he was in the past Godzilla films, and coincidentally he was in the Peter Jackson's King Kong. Now, I don't know if it's a Warner Brothers thing, but you can actually make a reference to this, to Batman versus Superman. Because we have well, in this case we have monsters. They're not technically called heroes, because we know their intentions are not to kill, even though they accidentally kill people because they're stepping all over them, destroying buildings. Okay, but let's just say, for the sake of this movie, it's 2 good guys, and they're fighting each other because they think each other is a threat, but then they settle their differences in a matter of seconds, and then they go against the bigger bad guy, Mechagodzilla. They team up, and the guy gets destroyed in like 5 seconds after 5 quick slashes from Kong. And the movie also did leave off with that cliffhanger, as in, you know they're gonna see each other again, but maybe the next time we'll see them in a movie where they team up against a bigger threat, like an Avengers or Justice League style. Even though it's called Godzilla versus Kong, definitely Kong just kind of steals the show in this one. He has more screen time. This movie's really more about him than Godzilla, and I guess in a way it makes sense, because Godzilla already had 2 films, but Kong only had 1. So technically you could say this was Kong 2, but they just had to call it Godzilla vs. Kong because, you know, they had to just smash films together, because there's just no time to make another Kong movie and then have to delay the fight between them, because it's a Warner Brothers thing. And speaking of Kong, there's definitely a lot more personification, definitely a lot more humanizing of Kong. We see a different side of Kong. We see more of an emotional side of him. We see more sadness. We see more pain and suffering. And it's all thanks to a human character. It's all thanks to the little deaf girl. And that's the crazy thing. The one character that does no talking whatsoever is the most interesting one, is the one that I actually like the most, the one that did no talking whatsoever. She's deaf, so she obviously communicates through sign language, and that's how she talks to Kong, and Kong responds back to her, and that's how we all find out. Everyone was shocked. Whoa, Kong knows sign language, because apparently it's monkey thing, you know, ask Caesar. And that lets us know that Kong's just trying to chill. Kong's just trying to lay back. He's trying to get to his home where he can be in peace without having to fight anybody. So we see more of that humanization of Kong. And now to answer the big question is, who won, or who do you think won? Are you on Team Godzilla or Team Kong? I'm gonna have to give it to Godzilla on this one. Whether you want to say there was 2 rounds or 3 rounds, or include that last one fourth. I mean, let's go ahead and break it down from all 4 rounds if you want to see it that way. So in round 1, we have the first fight where they're on the carrier ships, where they're fighting on the water on the battleships. And obviously Godzilla took that one. They both got some hits, but Godzilla ended up drowning Kong. And I understand that Kong fans might be like, wait, but that's not fair because Kong was sedated, so he wasn't fully conscious. And okay, that's that, but he seemed to be, he was dying right before Godzilla came, but then all of a sudden, chains were free, and he's like, he's in his full conscious, he's in his 5 senses, and he's ready to go. This next one is kind of tricky because they both take place in Hong Kong almost at the same time, but then you have like a little break in between, and you even have Dr. Lin saying, oh, round 2 goes to Kong, and okay, we'll go with that because he did get more hits on Godzilla. He even stabbed him with the axe that he gets. But then if we want to go and take it to round 3, then that goes to Godzilla, obviously, because he takes him down, he just scratches off his chest with his claws, he beats him down, steps on him and says, hey, stay down, I'm the king, all right? Well, I'm the god in this case, that's why I'm Godzilla. And they don't see each other again until they take on Mechagodzilla. And okay, Kong did take down Mechagodzilla in like 10 seconds, and Mechagodzilla is technically the king of the monsters, so you could say that he holds the title because it is Ghidorah's head being in there through some connection. Hey, Kong did take down Mechagodzilla, and Mechagodzilla is technically Ghidorah, so he is the king of the monsters, or was. So if Kong took him down, does that mean that he's the king of the monsters now, and that's why he becomes King Kong, that he's better than Godzilla? But he didn't beat down Godzilla yet. He just got help from him, and that was kind of a cheap way for me. If Mechagodzilla is supposed to be like this big bad machine, then he would have to put up more of a fight. So then I see that's where Kong fans are like, okay, see, this is why Kong won, because he took him down. But the fight between him and Godzilla is not over. But if you want to get technical with it, I would say that's 2 rounds for Godzilla and 1 for Kong. So 2 against 1, then that would be Godzilla the winner. But in the end, guys, I would say Godzilla versus Kong. It was enjoyable, it was entertaining for what it was worth. I mean, it's at no cost to you if you have HBO Max, or if you want to spend $30-something at your nearest theater. If it is actually open, I would say it's worth seeing in the movie theaters because of the action. But if you're looking for story development or character development, you're not gonna get that. I mean, you get what they told us we were gonna get somewhat. This one was kind of a hard one for me to rate, but I think I'm gonna go with PG-13 because it falls somewhere in between. It was entertaining enough for me. I didn't hate it, but I didn't absolutely love it either. What did you think about it? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Do you think Godzilla won? Do you think Kong took that one? Do you think that you're going to see them team up again in some sort of future movie? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe, turn post notifications on. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.